now.
As each of us watch the various things that I'm going to be talking about through the coming weeks and months, there's a key point here that I want to make. And it's been something that I've been wrestling with for 30 plus years as a coach. The most difficult thing for me to get across to people is the sense of urgency, almost a sense of crisis in terms of how you approach practice. The way that I want to come across here is that when we're practicing, we need to stay limited in what we're doing. We need to understand what our posture needs to be at the split second, mainly that when we actually let go of the ball. And anything that we do that takes us out of that position, if we're doing that, it causes us to be wasting our time when we practice. So one of the things that I talk about all the time is the importance of the concept of getting a piece of the hip, brushing the hip with the upper inside of the forearm, getting to this posture right here. So just last night, I'm working with a girl that I've been coaching for about 6 months, feel like I'm not getting anywhere with her at all. And last night, I insisted upon her standing absolutely still with her body. Her belly button basically facing at a 45-degree angle, pitching rubber or the home plate straight in that direction. And I said, hold on to that position. Raise your heel a little bit so your back hip's a little bit higher than your front hip. And right now I'm kind of purposely not explaining to you why that back hip up is so important. It has to do with being in a position to throw the drop. But I said, hold on to that position. So what does she do? She brings her arms back into this position right here. She throws the ball, and her body goes this way. Now, she's obviously not in the posture that I'm talking about. That's a key to efficiency here with the arm on her hip, thumb down in front, being in this position right here when she lets go, letting go right underneath her belly button. So, what did I do? I said, hon, when you're in this position right here, we need to hold on to this position right here and not let the hip move and minimize how much shoulder rotation you're getting. So she probably threw the ball 10 more times, continued to go this way. I said, let's explore what it is that's causing you to do that. And we finally recognized, or she finally recognized, something that I've recognized for a lot of years, is that she kept making forward effort with her hand. And so for her to start throwing the ball correctly, when she finally learned to recognize that she could stay still by just allowing her arm to swing and get away from any tendency to push, she could then start delivering the ball. We went farther last night in a 25-minute lesson than we have for the last 6 months, because somehow or another we were able to get through to the idea that when you throw, if you eliminate forward effort, you can hold on to that posture. Now, to me, that is urgent. I can't begin to explain to you how urgent this is, because any video that you look at, any video that you try to copy, the natural tendency of anybody, whether you're a coach or a player, you're going to find yourself having a tendency to try to push the ball. And you need to practice the drills in such a way that you're actually being able to experience that stability right there. Why is that stability so important? You can't be accurate as you could be if your hips are moving around a little bit as you release the ball. This is like an anchor point when somebody is an archer. And that anchor point is having that hip in an efficient position to receive the arm. Okay? So, when you're doing these drills, if anything's happening outside of that, you're wasting your time. So in a video that I recently did, I'm talking about the importance of being right here. Well, if you're practicing the way that girl started to last night, with any kind of effort that takes you over here, you might as well start, running around the house for exercise. Okay? So we're here, contact, stability, stability. Then I add to it, stability. I only go away from the hip as far as I'm able to find it on my way back. So you may only be able to go maybe 3 or 4 inches, contact. A little farther, contact. Farther, contact. Eventually all the way around, contact. No footwork, okay? Just stabilizing in that position. Shoulders over rotating the hips a little bit as the ball comes around behind, hips still. Then start adding a little footwork where you take a little step, raise the heel. Holding onto that position. If you're not holding onto that position and you're coming forward again, you're wasting your time. Stay here, bam. Once they get a feel for that, then you can go to the next step. Step and drag. Step and drag. Then it becomes leap and drag. Then it becomes a wind-up where you're facing your target and you turn to this 45-degree angle and finish. So from the side position, 45-degree angle, there, full wind-up, belly button only turns to a 45-degree angle, bam. There's urgency here. If you're not doing this, you're wasting a lot of time. In a sense, this is a crisis activity. And if you'll stay limited to what you're doing, you're going to give yourself a chance to learn in a short period of time what I've been doing, wasting time, 6 months of a girl's life.